Hey everybody, I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about my experience this past 2 weeks. Some of you already know, some of you don't know, that I actually got COVID, the COVID-19. Yes, so with my experience, I am a person who's 42. Sorry, I just had my birthday during COVID. I'm 43 years old and I have asthma. Wasn't sure how I would react with that, but it was the same as any other cold or flu for me, with regards to needing my Ventolin puffer. It was about the same, as really not very bad at all. The symptoms itself, just starts with like a little bit of a runny nose. So if anyone of you out there is like, oh, I just have a little bit of a cold, well, you better go get tested, because that is actually the symptom when it starts. It just kind of feels like you're getting sick a little bit, like maybe a little scratchy in the back of the throat. And then, of course, later on, a couple days into it, I got a fever, but it was very, very mild. Kind of funny story. I ordered a thermometer online because I couldn't go out and shop, and I thought from Superstore I would buy a bunch of groceries and then add in a purchase of like a thermometer. But what I didn't realize is that like I was buying a food thermometer, and when it came, it was like all pointy, and I'm like, why would they have a really pointy end like that? It's so crazy. And it was just like, yeah, I had read the instructions and it was like stick into meat, and I'm like, okay, being vegetarian, this is not going to be very helpful for me in the future. But it did work. I was able to see that I was at 99.9, which is actually in the normal range of like if you were to check if I have a fever with like the machine or something, that would actually read that I don't have a fever. But for me personally, I knew that I had a fever because I had an achy back, kind of like my skin hurt. And I think the fever maybe lasted like 2 days, but it was very, very mild. And got a rash, a little bit of a rash. It was like circles, like I looked like a bit of a cheetah in some places on my body. But that's subsiding as well. And yeah, just a little bit of a dry cough, and that's about it. So, you know, looking at how can you have a better experience if you do get COVID. Well, I don't know about I did dose up with vitamin C, and I was dosing up with like zinc and Ignatia and oil of oregano and all those things. But I honestly think it's what you do before you get COVID that's going to make a huge difference, right? So, I mean, you really need to be monitoring how much exercise you're getting. You need to increase the amount of oxygen and blood flow into your body. And yes, there are people out there who have pre-existing conditions who are in a very high risk category, maybe have cancer or, other existing conditions out there. But if you're somebody that is able to start working out and to start exercising and to really increase like your VO2 max, which is like the maximum amount of oxygen your blood can uptake at one time, things like that are really going to help you when you have COVID. Because when people are having respiratory issues, from what I understand, it's not that the oxygen isn't going into the lungs, it's that your blood is not uptaking it. And so if you have a higher amount of oxygen in your body, then you're gonna do better in general with COVID, from what I understand. I'm not a scientist, but I do know that exercise is so important. And if you can commit to even a couple times a week, like consistency is really the key. Consistency of your workout is the biggest thing. If you can work out for 20 minutes a day, 10 minutes a day, anything, going for a walk for 20 minutes versus just not doing it because you don't think you have enough time, it is better to do something than nothing. Even, just a short bout of exercise. I know they're not talking about that in the media. They're just talking about the drugs that we can take and things like that. But really, like, exercise is going to be your drug. Okay. So yeah, I'm really trying to put everything out there. So if you want to follow me, I'm going to be posting a lot of workouts and yoga and things like that. So I look forward to posting more videos. Please comment down below if you have any questions about my experience, and I will see you soon.